Hey, what's going on, everybody? Going with mostly leads. You could see in the title, what's in a name change anyway? I wanted to show you, I forgot to show you last time, this green screen. At least I think I did, but you could see it switching, right? And so I have a backlight to brighten it so there's less shadows. I also have a front light for my face. There's more lighting all around the room. And you don't need all that. I mean, it's daylight. You go in a bright room or go outside. I mean, you'll get really good lighting. And the other part is a decent camera, but your smartphone probably has a really good camera on it. Some are even 4K video. So this is a construction light. I think it was $11. I won't point it at the camera, but it's facing, towards the green there, right? Let me just turn that off before I go blind. It does get hot, but it's LED, and it was cheap. It was like $12 at Menards or something like that. So now you can see, the green screen will still work. So let me try flipping it. Just flip it here and back. And you'll see the lines of the screen are literally here and over here-ish, right? And so that's where the image will end, because the image is going to replace it with a chroma key mask or chroma mask. They call them different things in different softwares. It's going to end there and replace just the green part. Now, if I had a green shirt on, that would change too. So it's going off the color purely. The bass guitar actually over here is a little green. So perhaps I'll pull that image out. Perhaps that'll look kind of weird. So that's what a chroma key does, or chroma mask. There's different ways to mask. Another was a shape mask. So because of this, what I'll do is add two masks. Like I use Final Cut Pro now, but I used to use Adobe Premiere, so I'm familiar with both of those. You'd add a shape mask, right, to get rid of anything outside of the green. But if your hand moves outside of that, it gets cut off, right? So I'll just show you. Here's my hand, and it's gone, right? So it's a hard cutoff there. You could feather it and do all these things, but it's basically a hard cutoff. So if you're talking, I got to make sure that I sit back closer to the screen, but also still limit my hand movements. I'm just watching the monitor here. Limit my hand movements so they don't get cut off, because then that looks weird. And this screen, again, it's an Elgato. I bought it. There's a wider one. I wish I got it. It was sold out. It is more expensive for the wider one. And you'll see it. You just push it down. There's a frame on the back. You can't see that holds it up, but it's nice and taut. And you just push it. It's kind of like spring-loaded, I guess. So there's another light I have lighting around here, but that's the real background, right? My guitars. So this just pushes down. And it's this cool little container. It's long, right? It's like 6 feet long or something. You can get the dimensions on the Elgato website, but I can bring that with me, throw it in the car, bring it to another room. I used it in the office downstairs. I brought it up here. It's very handy because it's portable. And the one I used to use was it's also very portable, but it was a spring frame screen. So if that makes sense, so it's a similar fabric, but you fold it up in this ring that folds kind of in triplicate over itself. So it ends up with a ring about this big, and then it snaps out. So it can knock things over. It's rather destructive. It's safer to open outside. And then I'd have to still hang it with string and stuff from the ceiling. I still have S-hooks, so you can't see, hanging like eyelets, eye screws hanging from my ceiling, so I could hook that. And it's a nice wider one. I actually could go portrait or landscape on it and hang it either way. And that was nice. It was a little more flexible than this one because you did not need the floor space underneath it. But you had to hang it or put it up on a wall or something. This one I actually like that it has the built-in bass, and although it's not that tall, it's still fine for me. I'm 6'2", and I can still stand up against it and have the green screen, or as I mostly use it, I'm sitting in front of it. So I do wish it was a little bit wider, honestly, but if you don't, as long as you have your hand movements in front of you and don't do much of this, you'll be fine. So What are green screens good for? Well, if you want to look more professional, you want to show your logo for your business, there's a lot of real estate here on the screen that you can have. I use my news stories for my one channel. I put all the news headlines here. You get a different pop-ups either on the bottom or have your name, your authority, or your degree or position or whatever. It all depends what you're doing on video. But there's a lot of good uses for either green screens or, whatnot. If you have a big mess, you could just put up a green screen, have a fake background. Now, one pro tip, you'll see I often use these blurry backgrounds. I'll get a real nice picture of an office or something, and then I put usually about a 10% Gaussian blur on it because it mimics the actual, what they call bokeh effect from cameras that are like, the ideal is a 50 millimeter lens that's a little bit further away, and you get this bokeh, B-O-K-E-H effect of that blurriness behind you. And that's what professional DSLR cameras and things like that will give you with the right lens. And I won't get into it. It's a whole nother topic, but not all lenses do that, right? But it's a desirable effect. So give it that little blur. You'll actually stand out a little bit better too. And it just looks more professional. Another way to do that is with a ring that some people didn't like. Sometimes green screens would give it to you, but now people do it on purpose. If you look at professional lighting, they'll take one of these other lights and put it behind them, but off camera. And it actually will make their kind of outline glow a little bit. And that also helps it makes you stand out. I don't typically use that myself, but it's just because I don't have an extra light and I don't know where I'd put it. I actually do, I guess, have a ring light. I could try it and maybe I'd put it, I don't know, maybe I'd try to shove it behind this cabinet or off camera here by my upright base. I'm not really sure, but you get the idea. So you don't need all this stuff. Go outside with a camera, you're fine. The level of your mic really helps with the audio. Or use your iPad, what's it called? Not earpods. There's AirPods. Oh yeah, earpods. Earpods are the wired ones. Those are cheap. You can get those. And you can just talk into that. And it's a better mic than, in the wind trying to talk to a mic that's arm's length away. So just wanted to get on here and mention that. It's also warming up here in the Chicago area. It's 80 in this room, so I'm pretty warm. Gotta get this off, put on a t-shirt. But quick update on my channels, and it's near end of March, so I'll give, of course, that end of month update in the early days of April. What I've seen, just spoiler alert, I guess, is my Threatopia cybersecurity channel is really doing quite well for a new channel. And, I finally got past the adding one sub per video. I'd put out a new video. I'm up to around 26 videos or 23 videos. I don't know. And it seemed like I'd only get one subscriber for every video I was putting out, And so I'd put out 10 videos, get 10 subs. That's great per month, But I finally got past that. So now I think I'm at like 28 subs and there's only 23 videos or something like that. We'll get the accounts end of month, let you know how it's going. But this channel is, of course, doing the worst. So let me know if there's just something you want to see that I can focus on. And the whole idea was helping you learn the tech that you need to start a YouTube channel, but also how to make money, how to monetize that with an affiliate marketing type of product. I like digital information products, stuff that they're usually a high price. You usually get a high margin, like a 20 to 40% recurring revenue. That's the ideal, right? You can't always get that, but that's the ideal. Digital products, 20, 40% affiliate income. So ask me if you want to know more about affiliate marketing, just put affiliate marketing in the comments. If you want to know more about YouTube and equipment and how to film and all that, how about filming, or put YouTube in the comments. That way I'll know what it is you're looking to do, what you're more interested in, because then I could just tailor content to you. Or tech, just tech in general. I don't want to do it like a gadget channel. There's enough of those. But, gadgets may be related to the YouTube hobby, like the Osmo, DJI, whatever this is. I forgot what it's called, OM motion something. DJI wireless lavalier mics, I have all the equipment I used over the years on a moto vlog channel I had riding a Harley. This is my intro video. I hope the audio I finally figured out after all these attempts. I've tried 4 different microphones. Same GoPro because I only have one, and the mics I used relatively inexpensive. Oh shit.
not a great place to park, buddy.
Was this, you call it this Tascam DR05. It's a stereo recorder. People would use them also to record concerts, and because of the stereo and the gain adjustment, which is really cool. I had my helmet mic hardwired to this in my pocket, and it records very long time, good quality, and takes the jack and everything like that, and just it was really cool. It lasts a long time. There's smaller ones and all that, but I don't know if they're not stereo. So there's probably smaller stereo ones now. This is just a really good trooper. But so the reason I brought it up is I used to use my wired Rode lav mic to this. So you just put this anywhere, hit record, have your lav mic, either under your shirt or on your collar or whatever, and run the wire under your shirt to something like this. You could also do it to your iPhone nowadays. So just record there. But this one, I don't know. I liked having the card. It's got a SD card you could pop out, throw in your laptop. It's pretty easy with the phone to transfer files too. But there's all these different weird things to think about and stuff like that. So also exciting for me in the gadgets, since we're talking about gadgets, I got a brand new MacBook M5 Pro with that new chip. I really needed more RAM and video juice and CPU. I went from an M2 Pro, MacBook Pro, to still 16-inch. I like the larger screen, but now it's an M5 Pro. I was going to get the M4. It's been 3.5 years, which isn't super long, but it's long enough to justify a new laptop. With all the video editing I do, I was just getting really slow. I was getting a lot of spinning wheels because I do 4K editing now. So I really wanted on my Mac to it's a time saver, right? Like I don't want to waste time. I bought a zero-turn motor to save motor. That sounded like motor. I meant zero-turn mower. I save an hour or two, probably 2 hours a week, hour, 2 hours a week with that mower, because it moves faster, it turns faster, and it's a wider mower. So that thing, and it just cuts better. It's a better quality cut, and I save time. So, that thing's amazing. So the even though you spend a little money up front, you got to consider your time as part of that. So for me, the new MacBook is going to help me. It's already like when I edit videos, I'm not wasting time. It's literally sat there, my old one, and just started spinning, and the whole video, let the whole thing play out for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and I could not regain cursor control, and I just had to wait. I'd walk away and come back, and that's a big waste of time for me. So if I can go, boom, nail the video, bust it out, I don't do a ton of editing either anyway. It's just to cut out all my ums and ands and sneezes and whatever. So anything like that, when I slip up words, I just cut all that out, because I look at it as like, I've heard people, okay, yeah, I want to have it like I'm having a conversation with you. And yeah, it probably helps me conversationally speak better when I slow down and think about what I'm saying, use less filler words, and learn how to speak better in general. And that's going to help us. I think it's a good thing to practice. And you could do that on YouTube by filming videos and not chop editing so much. The reason a lot of my videos, if you pay attention, are chop edited quite a bit, I don't do it to be obnoxious. I literally screw up that much, and I don't want to waste your time where you have to watch me stumbling, repeating sentences from the beginning, hearing whatever, or sneezing, drinking water, whatever it is. Don't want to waste your time. So I cut a lot of that out and just make it a efficient video. With that said, it is a good thing to practice speaking and not using so many filler words and not tripping up so much and thinking about what you're going to say and being more clear and speaking with brevity. So these are all things I'm working on. I don't know if that helps you too. Let me know. I have a lot of thoughts on business, on speaking, on executive presence, on managerial things. I read all these books. So let me know if there's something I can help you with. We can tune in on here, because this channel is not very popular. I'm willing to pivot. However, it's going to help you the most. Let me know, and we'll see you next time. I don't want to waste your time. So we're done. All right. I'll see you soon.